This sound machine will change the way you sleep, but it can do more than that. Let's check it out. Dave Taylor here, and I'm pretty good with sleep. I get to sleep when I want, and I tend to sleep through the night. I do like to have some background noise on, and that becomes particularly important when I'm traveling, because I don't like being in a hotel and hearing the mystery sounds coming from other rooms or people going down the hallway. But most hotels don't have sound or sleep machines or anything, so it's on us to bring our own devices to make sure we can get that background noise that we want. Enter this. This little device is the Vindsbay Travel Sleep Sound Machine, and I will tell you, this is a rockin' purchase. So I have had many travel machines that do this sort of thing, and the challenge they've all had is they've had too short battery life. So had some really nice ones that after 6 hours they die. And I don't want to wake up at 4 in the morning because a bunch of drunk people are walking down a hallway in a hotel. So this is perhaps the most important spec. This has a 52-hour rechargeable battery. So when you get this thing fully charged, it will run not only through the night, but you can actually have it run for a week without any problems, which is great. When you are ready to charge it, the flap on top opens and there's USB-C and there's a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. So you could even plug in a pair of headphones and listen to the sound machine on an airplane or something. Really great design. But let's start with the top so you can see all of the different buttons. And this is a rubber membrane here. So along the top of it, you have that flap to get to the DC power, which is USB-C, and the 3.5 millimeter jack. Below that, you have timer options. And as you can see, that there are 4 different timer options. There's 30 minutes, 60 minutes, 90 minutes, and 8 hours. Want more than 8 hours? If you push and hold the timer button, it will actually go into continuous play and it will run until it runs out of battery. If you have it plugged in, I don't know, it will run until the end of time. That's a really long time. You don't want to do that probably. Next row down is power and timer. And then there are volume up and volume down. And then you can step between the different sleep sounds. There are 21 different sleep sounds, including thunderstorm and rain and campfire and birds and crickets and ocean and meditation and wind and lullabies and brook. And there's white and brown and gray noise, I think is the third one. There's a lot of sounds. In fact, let's hear some. So I'm going to turn it on by just pushing the power button, and you just hold that for a couple of seconds, and I'll turn the volume up. And by the way, there are 32 volume levels, and at maximum it's at 90 decibels, which is really loud. So this is, let's just sort of close our eyes and imagine it's a meadow with lovely birds, and now I'm going to step through some tracks. This sounds kind of meditation-y. And one of the couple of lullabies they have, perfect for babies, right? When you're traveling with your baby, putting this near the crib, what a win that would be. This one literally is like, so I guess if you have someone who's used to being shushed, maybe this is for people who sleep at the library. Maybe that's what it's for. Train, perhaps? Crickets for sure. Campfire. Light rain. Oh no, this might be, I think this is thunderstorm. This is rain. And ocean. And actually, I tend to listen to this one when I'm in a hotel or something. And so there's more voices than this, but this is just, let me give you that sample and let me just turn it off. And that's really it. This is, the core functionality of this is that you charge it up all the way and then you just take it with you, and you can see it's really small. It's 4.3 inches by 1.7 inch by 4 inches, and it's 8 ounces. You can put this in your luggage without even realizing. So you pull it out and you're like, oh yeah, oh, that's fantastic. So you're going to really appreciate this. And if you're in an office environment, white noise is a really great way to stop like people overhearing a consultation, maybe in a doctor's office or with a therapist. Or you just want to have some noise in the background so that it's not so super quiet that no one wants to talk. So all of that can be covered by this. So we have the sleep timer, continuous play. It comes with a USB-C to USB-A charging cord, which you will use obviously on occasion. And it actually has a really nice little user guide. So it does a nice job of explaining how everything works. And as it says right on the front, I should say, it has an 18-month warranty. So you can try this out for a couple of weeks, couple of months, and decide it's not for you. And you can reach out to them and they'll make it right, which is great. So that's really everything I wanted to share. And I will tell you, I use this. So I bought this when I was on a road trip and I really needed a sound machine. So I got this delivered next day. And that night was so different to the previous night in terms of sleeping. Being able to have background noise, in my opinion, is a game changer. So really, really nice having this device. Now, I will say, actually, I don't even know. I don't have any criticisms. There's no critique. I fear that over a long period of time, the flap might come off. But even if it does, even if that wears out this part of the rubber membrane, so what? So it has those 2 ports visible. Now, obviously, it's not waterproof. You don't want to be using this at the beach because it's not sandproof either. But honestly, aren't you going to be using this in a bedroom? Aren't you going to be using this in an office or another environment where you want to have some lovely background noise? And they're non-repeating. I don't know how they do that magic, but if you turn on ocean waves, it's not like it's going to suddenly stop and then start over. It just continues and goes on for hours, which is great because the earlier generation of these sleep machines, when they did have that loop, I found myself laying in bed listening and waiting for that to like reset and start over. So the modern systems are so much more sophisticated. Really, lots to like here. I have no criticism. This is definitely one that you should be checking out, whether it's for you or a child who has a hard time getting to sleep, or a road warrior who is just constantly complaining about how noisy the rooms are in the hotels they stay in. All of those situations, this is a win. So definitely one to check out. Do want to talk price. Before I get there, I'm going to ask you to subscribe to my channel. Click or tap on that subscribe button. Hit that bell icon for notifications of my new content. And if you found this of value, and I really hope you did, give me a thumbs up. Appreciate that too. Excellent. This is the Vindsbay Travel Sound Sleep Machine. It comes in white or black, and it is $23.98 at Amazon.com. I will tell you, as I record this, the white unit is on a substantial discount down to a remarkable $16.14 at Amazon.com. Not the black one, just the white one. But either way, for under 25 bucks, for let's just be candid, less than the price of a burger, fries, and a beverage, you can have this for the rest of time, and you can get better sleep and be less disturbed and interrupted when you're in a noisy environment. Honestly, a total win. That's what I got. I think I'm going to turn this back on, and I'm going to chill out. So I'll hope to catch you in my next video.